Hey guys, today I have a crystal haul to share with you. These are all items that we found at the Tucson Gem and Mineral shows last month. So every year at the end of January and the first couple weeks of February, the largest gem shows in the world go on in Tucson, Arizona. And if you're a rock hound, if you're into crystals and mineral specimens and all of that, geology, all of that, it is the most exciting place to be that time of year. And Michael and I are both super passionate about it. We've been rock hounds for years. Alright guys, so I figure we'll start out here with some of the larger, chunkier items. So I got this large Ammonite Fossil. I love Ammonites. I think they are just spectacular. That's the largest Ammonite that Michael and I have ever got a hold of. So that one is one of my favorite pieces that we got there. And then also this large Geode. This one is absolutely beautiful inside. It's pure white. Sometimes the colors can vary a little bit on the inside, but this one was the whitest, like purest one that I could find. Oh, and both of these are originally from Morocco. So the Ammonite Fossils from Morocco as well as these Geodes. So I have this larger Geode and then this little one here. I got these acrylic stands also at the show. We'll see if we can get this one set up stable. There we go. So those acrylic stands work really well to hold up your geodes, your stones, any sort of, fossils or anything that you might have that you want to sort of display. Here's another geode. This is also from Morocco. That's just a little baby one there. And that one, this is a smaller stand here. So they come in all different sizes, but that's a nice size to go with a little small geode like that. And they always have really cool petrified wood at the shows. So this is a petrified wood bowl. I like that it was light colored. You can see the wood grain really well, the striations, the bark. I think the petrified wood makes such a cool home decor accent, especially because it has all that natural texture to it. I also picked up some quartz crystals. I got a few different types of clusters of the quartz crystals just because they all are so different from each other and they all have different shapes and they grow in different ways and they're just really unique pieces. So this one was one of my favorites. I just like how the crystals are kind of shooting out this way and then down that way. It's just a cool cluster piece. And then this is another type of display or another style of acrylic display, and it just holds the crystals really nicely. So just sort of props them up just a bit. Here's a stone that has calcite formations. I love the calcite in this because they were pure white. They had sort of like an ice cube look to them. One of the vendors was selling off his own personal collection of air plants, so I picked up a couple of those there at the shows as well. And I just carried one around with me and I would set it on different crystals and stones to see how I might want to, mount it. I found that one and I thought that would just be a nice little air plant mount for it. Here's a mineral specimen that really caught my eye. This is Scolecite, and it is absolutely gorgeous with how it's formed, just kind of shooting up like that with all those delicate, fine little crystals coming out. Just a really neat piece. I don't have a good display for this right now. What this one needs is one that stands straight up and kind of clutches it from the back. So it needs to be able to stand more upright. So I'll have to wait to be able to actually display this. Here's a quartz crystal from Brazil. This is a nice chunky piece. I like that it has like all the inclusions down towards the bottom and it goes up into perfectly clear crystal at the point or where it's terminated. And then I have a few other ones that are from Madagascar. So this one is slightly smaller. Same idea though. It has, more of the inclusions and like the cloud towards the bottom, and it goes up into the clear crystal where it terminates. Here's another quartz crystal from Madagascar, and this one is really cool. I just really like the inclusions through it. It's sort of like this cloud, like frozen in time inside there, and it has some rainbows in there. Just a really neat piece. And then here's a little tiny guy. This one has the clouds at the bottom and fades into the clear. I also got a large chunk of rose quartz. I love rose quartz. I think it's so beautiful. Rose quartz also has a kind of calming effect. I just love the look of it, and that one will be just a nice piece to have on display. I'd been wanting a set of crystal geode bookends forever, and I came across this one. When I saw it, I knew this was the one to get. They're so sparkly across the front, and I love the colors of it. I just thought it was super pretty. Here's some of the stones I showed you guys in my terrarium video, and I just used the stone that says enlightenment. So, they're just etched with white, and so they have the kind of like, inspiring words etched into them. Energy, meditation, inspiration, tranquility, enlightenment. So those are just kind of fun to play with and do sort of like different projects with. And then we picked out a set of these tea light candle holders, and I just thought they were so zen looking. They're made out of sandstone, they're from India, and they're just really, really cool looking. I love that they're all rounded and super smooth, and every single one has the different natural sandstone pattern on them, all the striations. I just think they're really beautiful and just really, you know, soft and natural and earthy looking. Here's a large chunk of Celestite, and this is beautiful. It's soft pale blue color. It is absolutely gorgeous with those pale blue crystals inside. Absolutely love Celestite, so gorgeous. We got a chunk of Amethyst, and this one has a nice flat cut on the bottom, so it's very easy to prop up and display. This one could also be used as a bookend because it has a nice flat side there too, and it's quite a weighty piece, so it's nice and heavy. But I liked that it had all the white on the outer side and then all the deep, rich purple amethyst on the inside there. So just absolutely beautiful. I just can never get over, you know, being able to touch these stones that have been in the earth, just to be able to hold them in your hand and touch them. It's like they just radiate that energy. I don't know, I just love being able to touch them and be around them and see them. It just totally is so uplifting and just feels so good. We picked up a couple slices of geodes. They had huge ones and they had, you know, small ones, all different types and colors, but we just picked a couple of simple ones that we wanted to make into coasters. So I'd like to get a set. We only ended up getting 2, but you know, next time I go back next year, I'll probably get a couple more and make a set of coasters out of them. Here's a calcite cluster. This was just so beautiful and sparkling in the sunlight, I could not resist. And calcite, again, it is very soft, you know, it can easily scratch or get damaged, so you really want to take good care of any of your calcite specimens. We also found this really neat display piece. They have different styles of this, but we really like this one, how it's all carved and interlocked, and it just opens up, sets on a flat surface, and you can have whatever sort of display piece that you want sitting inside of it. And also when Michael and I would be on hikes, we'd keep our eye out for any interesting rocks that we wanted to bring back. So we found a couple of red rocks. I found this large one. It has kind of a depression here, so I thought of maybe growing an air plant out of it or something. And then I found another little piece here. You could always like stack a couple of different ones and make sort of a zen sort of corner, or, you know, like a zen display for yourself. And then you could have like an air plant or something, you know, growing out of that if you wanted. There's just so many different ways that you can, you know, play around with whatever you find in nature for free, and you can create some really cool decor accents. And aside from the gems and minerals, we also got a couple of other items like some incense, this Copal Incense from Mexico. It smells really good when it burns, so we got a couple of bunches of those. So you can get the incense sticks like this or the cones. So these are actually really handy. I kind of wish I would have got more of these. And Michael's always been a fan of sage. He likes, you know, smudging and smoldering the sage. I set these stones up here just temporarily for shooting the video, but I'm actually getting ready to pack away some of the crystals. And the Selenite lamp we keep in our bedroom. And then also this lamp down here, this is a Geode lamp. I'll turn on both of the lamps so you can see how those look on. So there's the Selenite lamp on. It gives off such a soft light. We absolutely love this. We're so glad we got it. The thing about selenite though is it's very soft. It's only a 2 on the hardness scale from 1 to 10, so it is really soft. It can easily be damaged, and also it's water soluble. So just a few things to keep in mind. You know, you want to take good care of your selenite, any selenite pieces that you have, and also if you're going to cleanse them or anything, don't use water. And then I have quartz crystals out across the front here. These are the ones I'm getting ready to pack up, and so these are just all, you know, they're so individual, they're all beautiful, they all have different sort of patterns in the crystal and different inclusions. Here's a nice cluster here. That one is gorgeous. And then another one here, that one stands up really nicely. It has the rock still attached on the bottom too, like the matrix that it formed in. And here's one other quartz crystal that has just 2 large crystals that terminate. And then here's one other quartz crystal cluster. I have a couple of other pieces of selenite back here, so just the smooth polished stones. And then in this jar here we have selenite sticks. Both Michael and I really loved these. We wanted to do sort of a display with them, so I was thinking I would take a few of them and make a display like in maybe a piece of pottery, like a clean white piece of pottery or something, and have the sticks kind of spraying out from there. So I've got some interesting projects planned for us for the future. Probably not going to happen though until after we move, since I'm not really doing too much with decor, you know, while we're still out here. And here's an acrylic display that we got in Tucson also. This is nice because it's tiered and it's a nice thick chunky acrylic, and you can actually adjust the tiers. You can turn them inward and outward, so you can adjust them however you need, but it's really nice to display small mineral specimens. This is a geode lamp, so I'll go and turn that back on. I love the combination of playing with lighting with your crystals and minerals, so I love that they turn these into lamps. I think it's so beautiful. They also have rose quartz lamps and natural quartz crystal lamps that were spectacular. And a lot of you guys know that we do jewelry full time. We have lots of jewelry supplies that we got, you know, chains, more findings and supplies for making jewelry. So I've got a bunch of sterling silver here. We picked out several pieces of Boulder Opal. It's absolutely one of my favorite gemstones. I love it. Right next to Larimar, like both of those, Boulder Opal, Larimar, which in fact I need to go grab the Larimar pieces that I got too. So these are all for jewelry supplies, so all going to be going onto necklaces or into, you know, some sort of design. And then same with these here, all of these Druzys, so we just have a different selection of Druzys there, some aquamarine, blue chalcedony, moonstone, rose quartz Druzy. I got 2 bags of these Arkansas crystals, which they're really fun for wire wrapping, turning into pendants. You could do long necklaces with them. They're just really pretty and fun to work with. And here's just a few of those pieces that are already wire wrapped and ready to go on a necklace. I just have to make the goldfill necklaces still. Sometimes I like to incorporate some other cool items, you know, like bohemian style jewelry, or like this is a Bali silver ring here, so that one is going to go on my blog instead of on Etsy because I didn't make that, but I still thought it was like super cool. We also started carrying a selection of Lotus Jewelry, so I have like the little sterling silver lotus ring and pendants, different style of pendants, so I'm going to be adding those on my blog too. We also picked up some beads to work with. I found these ancient glass pieces. I thought those would be really fun to turn into some jewelry, like just take a few pieces and add them to like, you know, like gold, like gold fill or something, or silver. I thought that would be really pretty. I love the aquamarine, very beachy looking. I got a few pieces of Larimar. Larimar is one of my favorite stones. It is just beautiful. It looks like the ocean, you know, aquamarine ocean, or like the pure blue sky with clouds. It's just really gorgeous. And then some pieces of Peruvian Opal. If you like blue stones, any of these are just spectacular. So this is all Peruvian Opal. I got a couple of the lighter pieces. They kind of remind me of the Larimar, and then a couple of the more bolder, kind of more like deeper aquamarine pieces. I'm not sure about these bales on here. They already had those on there. I'm just probably gonna snip that off and redo it either in, you know, gold fill or sterling silver, and just make sure I know what I've got there, you know, because I don't know if that's sterling silver or base metal or what, so I'd rather just start fresh with that. And turquoise is so gorgeous. It's also one of our favorite gemstones. Michael got a couple of pieces. He got this little kind of rough stone and then this cab. This one, I don't know if we're gonna set this as a pendant or a large ring. I'm not sure. This is some of my favorite look for turquoise, with the golden brown matrix and just that aquamarine color with it. Here's a really neat type of amber that Michael got. This is called Kauri Gum, and it comes from New Zealand. And if you rub it, it puts off a really strong scent of like fresh trees. I don't know if it's pine trees or what, but it just smells so good. It's like having an aromatherapy stone. This is an Oregon Sunstone, and I'm gonna have this set in white gold, and I'm gonna be wearing it on with my wedding band on my ring finger. It's 1.8 carats and it's AAA Schiller. The Schiller is the copper sparkle, it's the copper inclusions, and that's what gives the Oregon Sunstone such vibrance and such sparkle, and the copper inclusions catch the light. It's just a really gorgeous stone. It's a very kind of like champagne peach tone, kind of like a champagne peach sunset. So it's not, the color is not uniform throughout. It actually varies, and when you turn it and it hits different lighting, you can see areas that are a little more pale, and then they go into the deeper peach, and it's just really a spectacular piece. This is a cushion cut, and it's a concave cut. So I'm really excited to have this set. I'm gonna choose like just a real simple white gold band, and it's just gonna be just a single stone. So anyway, that is a beautiful stone that I cannot wait to have set. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I'll know it when I see the band. It's probably not gonna happen until we're back on the mainland though, in Arizona. Alright guys, so those are most of the items that we found at the Tucson Gem and Mineral shows, and there's just something about crystals and stones, gemstones. If you are into, you know, geology, rocks, crystals, it's just this energy and this passion, and it just kind of makes you feel alive, and it just, it's like alive and calming at the same time to be around natural treasures that have been produced within the earth. Just something really special about that. So, okay, I just wanted to share that haul with you. I will let you guys go now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.